So it's about a year ago, and I've first started looking into entrepreneurship. I've got my first course and I'm excited to start. I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be the thing that's going to change my life forever. I'm going to finally have that time freedom, that place freedom, enough money to do what I want and get started on this sick journey. So there I am. It was about marketing, so I was going to start doing marketing for different companies. I had a list of about 40-50 people. It was a Saturday morning. I had my phone ready to call, ready to dial, make a difference, make that impact in my life. Picked up the phone, and it was like a massive tsunami just hit me of all self-limiting beliefs. Things like, what are you doing? This is not what we do. No one else has done this around you before. And all these thoughts started mixing into me, and I realised that it's almost like everything else could be pushing the right way, but if I have self-doubt in my mind, it's like putting the brakes and the accelerator on at the same time. I'm never going to move forward. I hear all these people talking about how they knew it since day one, that they're going to smash it out and they're going to create their business, live their dream life. And I'm sat there thinking, why is this not me? Why do I not have those thoughts come into my mind? And then I was like, there has to be a solution to this. I can't be the only one. And I started looking into it, and I finally found that it was a video from Mel Robbins actually. And I looked into both these videos, and they said that self-doubt is actually a part of the process. In fact, it's almost a rite of passage that you have to go through if you want to achieve your dream life. And since then, now I can wake up in the morning, make even the tiniest amount of progress towards my goal, and it feels like I'm making huge amounts of progress. My mind is starting to shift now. It's starting to tell me that things are possible. And I want to share with you today how you can get to that stage, how you can overcome that self-doubt and start shifting it to self-belief. This is the first and most important thing I'd actually tell you. And the only way you can actually overcome self-doubt is acknowledging it and then acting regardless. So when I was having my phone ready to do those cold calls, call these psychologists, call these different business owners trying to pitch my services, every ounce of my body was literally telling me, don't do this. You're going to get rejected. It's going to be so awkward. How are you going to convince someone to sell over the phone? I don't know if you've done cold calls before, but it's some of the most nerve-wracking things you can do. But once I repeated it, my self-doubt started to go. So you have to do things irrespective of whether self-doubt is present. And that relates perfectly to number 2. To overcome self-doubt, you have to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. If you know you can bench 100 kg or you're good at the gym, then there's no point going to do that again and again, because you're just doing something that you know is possible. But what about if you wanted to start running a 10k and a 5k? What if you wanted to start calisthenics or something new? You'll have a little bit of doubt present, and that's good, because that means you can use that as a motivator and a force to beat so you can overcome the self-doubt. And number 3, there's something I've journaled about for years. The past is the past. You don't believe in your future or why you can do things because you're judging it depending on the results you've had in the past. It's literally trying to swim with an anchor attached to your ankles that is dragging you down. It's not possible. So if your past has not been favourable to you, but today you're taking action, then your past is irrelevant. Don't even think about it. Let it be. Your past does not determine your future. And number 4, to overcome self-doubt, change your surroundings. You'll probably be surrounded by people doing the same thing day in, day out, not pushing themselves, not really testing the limits of what their mental and physical potentials are. You need to be around people who sound a bit crazy when they say something, because they're the people that have to overcome self-doubt to achieve their goals. The advantage that we have is we have social media. Start creating your feed and make it one of inspiration and motivation. For example, one of the biggest changes for me was listening to this one TED Talk about this guy who's starting a gin company in India. Now, this guy said he was the smallest fish in the sea at that moment in time. There were massive corporations ahead of him. But for some reason, when he said that he realised that he was small, and he realised that there were massive corporations ahead of him, and he accepted that self-doubt was going to be present, that resonated with me. Because now I'm like, well, if he's going through it and he's made it, then it's okay that I'm feeling it. Now you could do that with me. If you're feeling self-doubt to do your next big goal, then understand that I had to go through that as well. Self-doubt is part of the journey. You might hear a lot of these entrepreneurs and people on social media telling you, oh, I knew I could do it since day one. It just sounds better when you say that. It really does. It makes you sound like a G. Oh, I knew I was gonna. But I don't think it's true. I believe every single person that has achieved anything of success at one point had self-doubt. And that will be there for you too. So don't let self-doubt be the reason why you don't go for your dream life. It is literally the block. That's the wall that you need to climb. And the earlier you climb that wall, the better it will be for you. Hope you understand how you can overcome self-doubt a bit more. And you know my message, keep building, keep progressing, and I'll catch you in the next one.